My name is Jody Middendorf. I live in the north woods of Minnesota, right on the edge of Canada and on the edge of the Boundary Waters. And I make videos going out and doing things in the wilderness to show you guys what it's like here and to hopefully inspire people to come and check it out themselves because it's pretty incredible. I just asked my Google Nest, hey Google, what's the temperature outside? And she said negative 17 degrees. So naturally, I'm going hiking. I promise I told somebody where I was going and when I'll be back. But first I have to drive to the start of the trail anyway, so I'll skip to that. I'm out here and I am bundled up because it is bitterly cold. Today we are going to the old Gunflint fire tower, which is a very old fire tower used to look for fires back in the day, and it was first indicated on a map in 1924 on the Superior National Forest map of our area. So we're going to see what's left of it today. Hi. So I've been hiking for about half an hour now, and believe it or not, I'm really warm. I'm sweating, which is not ideal because if you start sweating and then you get cold, that's really bad. But so far, most of my body isn't sweating. It's just my hands and my face. I am heading to the fire tower, and I've heard good things about it. I guess the fire tower here is situated on the highest point of land in this area, not in the whole county, but just in our vicinity. And I haven't been there before. The fire tower isn't intact. I was told that the top part of it has fallen and it's on the ground. So I'm curious to see how much of that I can see with the snow on the ground. I don't know how cold it is right now. Definitely in the negatives, but luckily there's no wind, so it doesn't feel too brutal, especially when I keep moving. When you're hiking through an area like this where there are branches in the path, in the summertime you just walk past them and they go right out of the way. But in the wintertime, they just jab right into you because they're frozen solid and it can be a little bit painful. So be aware. Oh my gosh, my hair looks frosty. Is this what I'm gonna look like when I'm older and grayer? I came up to this sign here, and we are going to follow it and head to the old Gunflint Tower site. I was told that it's quite common to see moose in this area and that this is a good trail to see moose on, which would be kind of cool. I do want to take some photos of moose. But also, moose are terrifying. They can have a temper. And I'm kind of out by myself here. Ideally, if I see something like that, it'd be a little far away. But, you know, you can't choose what happens when you're in the wilderness. In 2007, the Ham Lake fire spread through this area. And to this day in 2021, you can still see some of the burnt trees as I hike through here. So that sign said 3/4 of a mile to the tower. I definitely feel like I've hiked over a mile, but who knows? It probably just feels like a lot more work because of all of the stuff I'm wearing. I can't turn back now. I need to find it. I want to see it. So we'll just keep heading and hopefully it's not too far ahead. My hair is getting more and more disheveled. That's okay though. There's no such thing as bad weather, just bad clothing. Meaning that you can get outside and do stuff in any weather as long as you dress appropriately. I'm fairly certain that's a Norwegian quote. But I always think of that when I don't want to get outside and do things in the cold. Because if you live in Minnesota and you don't want to go outside in the cold, you're going to spend a lot of time inside. Wow. I bet this is where it was. You can see there's rocks stacked right there. After doing some research, I found that this was actually most likely the base of the cabin that the fire ranger lived in, as he was in charge of watching for fires at this tower. Under the snow. So I'm assuming it was here. Makes sense because even without the tower, you can see a long way. So this is where the forest was observed for fires. You can see there's a lake back there that you can see from here, but it's a high point in the land, so they put up a tower, watched for fires, and it was kind of their safety net. Now we don't really need it as much because we've got other ways to monitor for fires, but it would be kind of cool to set it back up. I wish they would rebuild it just so people could come out here and walk up the fire tower and see the incredible view that you used to be able to have from that tower. But I'll come out here again sometime in the summer and show you guys what it looks like out here at that time. So this is the old fire tower thing that fell. It's laying here, so it must have been right over here. You can see people have etched their names into it. Looks like it was metal, some kind of metal. Oh, so interesting. Going to the fire tower for the first time was incredible, but honestly, the hike back from the fire tower has been phenomenal. Looking at the trees and the sun and the views as you're walking back downhill. I am hiking on the Kekekabic trail right off of the Gunflint trail. I highly recommend this hike. Let me know if you guys have done this trail before in different seasons. What's the best season to do it? I am personally thinking winter is probably the best time just because I'm biased to my own experience today. It's a really nice day out and it's been fun to be out here. Thanks for joining me. I will say, the ice on the eyelashes is kind of a look. Little frosted tips.